Traditional long-distance roadwork. If modern sports science says endless miles aren't necessary, why do so many champions still swear by the old-fashioned morning run? Traditional long-distance roadwork is typically a steady 3 to 6 mile jog at a relaxed pace done before breakfast. The goal is simple. Build a deep aerobic base so a fighter can maintain a steady pace for all 12 rounds without fading. This kind of training strengthens the heart, improves oxygen delivery, and builds the mental toughness to keep moving when fatigue sets in. Legends made it a ritual. Muhammad Ali ran before dawn, often in heavy boots, to build both stamina and discipline. Mike Tyson would rise at 4 a.m. to run 3 to 5 miles, believing it gave him an edge over opponents still sleeping. Roberto Duran's relentless pressure style was fueled by years of morning road work. Modern fighters like Manny Pacquiao still log long runs, often 6 to 8 miles, on dedicated days in camp. The payoff is visible late in fights. Light footwork, sharp movement, and the ability to throw combinations deep into the championship rounds. For many trainers, it remains the foundation of boxing conditioning because nothing else builds that kind of engine quite as reliably. Fartlek training. Best fighters can switch gears instantly, and this old Swedish routine teaches exactly that. Fartlek, which means speed play in Swedish, is a style of running where pace changes happen without a set pattern. Instead of steady miles, the runner mixes bursts of speed with periods of easy jogging, using landmarks or feel to decide when to push. A boxer might sprint to the next lamppost, slow to a jog, then surge again at the next hill. The benefit is conditioning that mimics the rhythm of a fight. Fast segments push the body into its anaerobic zone, like unleashing a flurry of punches. The slower segments train the boxer to recover on the move, just as they would between exchanges in the ring. Old-school fighters often did this naturally. John L. Sullivan's training runs included alternating walking and running over country roads. Eastern European camps still use fartlek runs through forests, with unpredictable bursts to simulate fight chaos. Modern pros use it too. Varying pace builds both the explosive bursts and the steady endurance needed to control a fight's tempo. In roadwork terms, fartlek is controlled unpredictability, teaching a boxer's engine to adapt without warning. Interval sprints. If you want to feel like you're in the middle of round 10, this is how you run. Interval sprints alternate all-out running with short recovery periods, usually matching boxing's 3 minutes on, 1 minute off rhythm. A common version is sprinting 400 meters, 1 lap of a track, at near max effort, followed by 60 seconds of walking or slow jogging. Then it's repeated for 6 to 8 rounds. The intensity mimics fight conditions. During the sprint, heart rate spikes and muscles flood with lactic acid, just like during a sustained offensive in the ring. The brief rest trains the body to recover quickly before the next burst. Over time, it builds anaerobic endurance, the ability to repeatedly explode without losing sharpness. Modern trainers prize intervals for their efficiency. Tyson Fury has been seen running track sprints in camp, despite his size, to sharpen late-round explosiveness. Terence Crawford's conditioning work often includes repeated sprints for fight-finishing power. Even old-school fighters like Roberto Duran combine steady road work with structured sprints to prepare for sudden bursts of aggression. It's demanding, but interval sprints replicate the surges and lulls of a real fight better than almost any other road work, conditioning both body and mind for high-pressure moments. Hill sprints. Hills don't move, which is why they make the perfect sparring partner for your legs. Hill sprints are short, intense runs up steep inclines, usually 50 to 100 meters at full effort. After each sprint, the boxer walks back down to recover before repeating the climb. The uphill grade forces the legs, lungs, and heart to work far harder than on flat ground, building explosive drive and deep stamina at the same time. Because the slope slows stride speed, hill sprints let boxers push maximum effort without the pounding impact of flat sprints. The resistance strengthens quads, glutes, and calves, the same muscles that anchor powerful footwork and punching leverage. Many champions have sworn by them. Manny Pacquiao's camp often includes brutal uphill runs, both in Los Angeles and on mountain roads in the Philippines. Mike Tyson, in his prime, blasted up hills to develop the leg power behind his knockouts. Rocky Marciano ran hills daily in heavy boots, convinced they made him unbeatable late in fights. The effect is both physical and mental. After conquering a hill in training, moving around a flat ring under bright lights feels easier. Sand running. Sand running takes road work to an unstable surface, forcing every step to fight against shifting ground. Beaches and dunes are the most common training spots, with the soft terrain making each stride more demanding on the calves, ankles, and hips. The constant micro-adjustments improve balance and stability, two qualities every boxer needs to stay grounded in exchanges. The resistance of sand means higher effort for the same distance, boosting cardiovascular conditioning while reducing joint impact compared to pavement. That combination makes it a favorite for fighters wanting intensity without as much pounding on the knees. Few used it as relentlessly as marvelous Marvin Hagler, who trained on the sand dunes of Cape Cod in combat boots. Running on soft, shifting slopes built his leg strength and mental grit, and he believed the struggle made the canvas feel effortless on fight night. Muhammad Ali also ran beaches while training in the Bahamas, using the softer footing to sharpen balance. Modern camps often use sand running to break routine, keeping roadwork fresh while targeting muscles traditional runs miss. After a week of sand sessions, fighters often find their footwork feels lighter, sharper, and harder to disrupt inside the ring. Treadmill intervals. Treadmill intervals bring roadwork indoors, giving fighters complete control over pace, incline, and timing. A typical workout might be 30 seconds at near sprint speed, followed by a few minutes of light walking repeated in multiple rounds. Inclines can be added to simulate hill sprints, allowing high-intensity training even when outdoor terrain or weather isn't ideal. The precision is one of the treadmill's biggest advantages. Fighters can lock in exact speeds, hit specific heart rate zones, and ensure consistent workload across every session. It's also safer for those training late at night or in areas without good running routes. Many modern camps incorporate treadmill sprints alongside outdoor runs. Tyson Fury has used incline treadmill work to build endurance under close monitoring. Floyd Mayweather was known to jump on a treadmill at odd hours, keeping his running schedule on his terms. Because the belt maintains a set pace, treadmill intervals demand discipline. Slow your legs, and you'll feel it instantly. That constant push keeps fighters honest, forcing them to sustain effort even when fatigue sets in. When programmed well, treadmill sessions replicate the fight's bursts and recovery periods with unmatched consistency. Shadowboxing during roadwork. Shadowboxing during roadwork blends running with fight-specific movement. Instead of just logging miles, the boxer throws punches, slips, and pivots while jogging or during short pauses. This keeps the upper body active and conditions the shoulders, arms, and core under the same fatigue the legs experience during a fight. It's a way to train coordination under cardio stress. A fighter might jog for a minute, then break into a quick shuffle, firing a 1-2 before resuming pace. Others keep a light bounce and throw jabs or hooks while moving forward, simulating closing distance on an opponent. Roberto Duran was often seen shadowboxing, mid-run, through the streets of Panama, weaving and punching between strides. Floyd Mayweather has done light shadowboxing while jogging, maintaining precision even as his breathing quickens. Manny Pacquiao routinely adds 15 to 20 minutes of shadowboxing after his morning runs, using it to practice combinations while his legs are already fatigued. By merging movement and striking, this roadwork style prepares fighters to punch with balance late in rounds. It's also mentally engaging, turning a simple run into an active rehearsal of fight scenarios, keeping both mind and body sharp from the first step to the last. Weighted vest and resistance running. Weighted vest and resistance running add overload to a boxer's roadwork, forcing the body to work harder for every step. Wearing a vest loaded with 10 to 20 pounds or running in heavy boots increases leg and lung demand, building strength and stamina beyond what body weight alone can achieve. The principle is simple. Train with more resistance than you'll face in the ring, so moving without it feels easier. This method strengthens quads, glutes, and calves, improves explosiveness, and conditions the legs to keep pushing under fatigue. Rocky Marciano famously ran miles in army boots, even adding lead to his shoe soles for extra challenge. Marvin Hagler combined boot runs with sand dunes for maximum resistance. Modern fighters sometimes use vests for short hill sprints or 1 to 2 mile steady runs, keeping the overload controlled to avoid injury. Resistance running can also include dragging weighted sleds or having a partner hold a resistance band around the waist during sprints, a common drill in Eastern European camps. Used sparingly, these sessions supercharge a fighter's roadwork effect, making fight night footwork feel light and powerful. The key is moderation. Enough resistance to build strength without slowing form or risking strain. Tempo runs. Tempo runs sit between a slow jog and an all-out sprint. A steady, comfortably hard pace maintained for an extended period, often 15 to 20 minutes. The effort is just below maximum, training the body to sustain speed while managing fatigue. This style of running develops what's known as lactate threshold, the point at which muscles start to burn and slow down. By pushing that threshold higher, a fighter can operate at a faster pace for longer without gassing out. It's the conditioning that lets a pressure fighter throw high-volume combinations in round 10 and still have something left for the final bell. For boxers, tempo runs mimic the constant engagement of a fight without the recovery breaks of intervals. Fighters like Gennady Golovkin have built reputations on maintaining a relentless pace, a trait sharpened by sustained fast runs. Vasily Lomachenko's endurance-heavy training, including middle-distance runs at brisk pace, shows how this approach can support high work rates. Tempo work is physically taxing but mentally steady. No bursts, no rests, just holding the edge of discomfort. By mastering that zone, a boxer conditions their body to thrive in the sustained pressure of championship rounds. Recovery jogs. Recovery jogs are slow, easy runs meant to restore the body rather than push its limits. Typically 1 to 3 miles at a relaxed pace, they increase blood flow to sore muscles, flush out waste products, and keep the legs loose without adding significant strain. In a boxing camp, these runs often follow heavy sparring sessions or intense sprint days. They help maintain daily training rhythm while giving the cardiovascular system a light workout. Skipping them entirely can leave the body stiff and sluggish for the next hard session. Old-school fighters valued gentle road work as much as the hard stuff. John L. Sullivan's camps included long walks on lighter days, and Jack Dempsey mixed in slow trots to avoid overtraining. Modern programs apply the same principle. Manny Pacquiao might jog lightly the morning after sparring, focusing on breathing and form rather than pace. Recovery jogs are also mental resets. Fighters can use the time to review strategy, clear their head, or simply enjoy moving without the pressure of hitting a target pace. They're proof that road work isn't just about going hard. It's about knowing when to ease back so the next peak effort is truly explosive. Hybrid runs with calisthenics. Hybrid runs combine steady road work with short bursts of bodyweight exercises, creating a circuit that challenges both cardio and muscular endurance. A fighter might jog for 5 minutes, drop for 20 push-ups, sprint 50 meters, perform 15 squats, then return to running. This pattern repeats for the duration of the workout. The goal is to simulate the unpredictable demands of a fight, moments of sustained movement interrupted by explosive effort. By forcing the body to switch between running and strength drills, hybrid runs train a boxer to recover quickly while still under physical stress. Manny Pacquiao has been known to stop mid-run for sets of push-ups or pull-ups before resuming his pace. Marco Antonio Barrera used park benches for step-ups during morning road work. Eastern European camps often program hill runs broken up with burpees, jump squats, or resistance band drills. This style also sharpens mental adaptability. When a fighter drops for burpees on a tired set of legs, then sprints, it mimics the fatigue of breaking a clinch and immediately attacking. Hybrid runs demand readiness for anything, conditioning a boxer to stay dangerous no matter when the action spikes. Altitude road work. Altitude road work takes training to thinner air, usually 6,000 feet above sea level or higher. With less oxygen available, the body works harder to fuel muscles, forcing adaptations that increase red blood cell production. More red blood cells mean more oxygen delivery during fights, translating to better stamina and recovery at normal elevations. Boxers use altitude training in 2 ways: living and running there full-time during camp or making shorter trips to stimulate adaptation before returning to sea level. The runs themselves, whether steady miles, sprints, or hills, feel significantly harder in the early days as the body adjusts. Many greats have made altitude part of their formula. Muhammad Ali's Deer Lake camp in Pennsylvania sat at over 1,000 feet, and he often trained even higher. Manny Pacquiao prepared for major fights in Baguio City, more than a mile high. Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin have both logged camps in Big Bear, California at 6,700 feet. Terrence Crawford regularly heads to Colorado Springs, around 6,000 feet, for training camps, using the city's hills and tracks to sharpen his endurance before championship fights. When fighters return to lower elevation, the same pace feels easier, breathing steadier, and endurance deeper, an edge earned one labored step at a time.